welcome to another exciting episode of Popcentric, Voice on the Streets. And on today's episode, we are asking the question, JAMB 120 cutoff mark, is it a welcome development or not? And today we're at Shah Camp, yes, which is an environment for Alvan Ikoku Federal College of Education, and we have the students to ask what their opinions are concerning this issue. Why don't you join me as I go ask the students what they think about today's topic. I am Naya, your host, and this is Popcentric.
And for me, I don't think the cutoff mark of 120 is a welcome idea, because it is bringing down the standard of our education. Instead of bringing it down to 120, they should upgrade it to 200, so that those international bodies will say that our education is of a standard and not a substandard education.
I think it's not a welcome development by cutting it to 120. You see, students don't normally read this time around, and for us to keep it low, it makes students not to read. It makes the performance of the students to be low. And once the federal government or the JAMB people who are considering the cutoff mark are bringing it low, it makes students to say the government is welcoming their performance. So I don't think it is a good idea.
Personally, I don't see it as something very ideal.
Why?
Well, the reason is because it will cause so many students not to find time or devote their time in studying. Some will have that kind of lassity feeling, they will relax and no longer studying because they've had this 120. Like before, it was 190, 180. Before they now, from that level, they draw it down. So students will no longer find time to study. They go to exam and close their hand, 1, 2, 3, and they just point. Because they know that before they will finish the whole, that 400 questions, they must have gotten 120. So they will no longer find time to study because they know they will get it. So I don't see that JAMB didn't get it right this time.
Well, actually, this fact of 120 for JAMB cutoff mark is not really a welcome development.
Why? Why do you think it's not?
Why is because in the former days, we can see that JAMB cutoff mark was up to 200. And at that point, students were also interested in going to school by reading their books, studying very hard to get above that cutoff mark. And for some time, it has been working that way. So at a point again, it was reduced to 180. Now when it was reduced to 180, it was also favorable to so many students that were not able to get to 200 at that point. So as it was reduced to 180, students were able to study as well, got up to 180. Myself, I got more than 180, but I did not get up to 200. So at that moment, I had to use that opportunity to go to school and take for my post-ME and enter school, where I am now studying. Now, and as JAMB has cut it down to 120, it's just like bringing down the standard of education in Nigeria. It's like bringing low the quality of education, what education should be. Understand? If someone needs education, he should something like strive for it and make sure that he gets it to a very good standard.
It should be welcomed in the sense that even when it is a 180, it's not assumed that many have gotten the 120 or above on their own capability. So you can't ascertain. But I think personally, I know that examinations doesn't confirm a person's knowledge. Many has gotten 180, many has gotten 120, even below. But coming to ability, you can't determine by exam. So I think these people should be given the chance to further, because they can stay with that they can still be something else in the future.
I think it's not a welcome development.
Why do you think it's not a welcome development?
Yes, reason why I think it's not a welcome development is that if for JAMB to cut 120 out of 400, it's just 1/4 of what a student expects to be scored. And now, seeing that it's 1/4, it does not enhance the student to read anymore, because they are going to be expecting at least once you get to 120, which is almost a poor result, you're almost being admitted. And because of that, I think that the students are not going to feel it to be serious for them to study. So therefore, I think it's not a welcome development at all. They should do something over it.
Reducing the JAMB score to 120 is totally not acceptable.
Why do you think it's not acceptable?
I can remember in my days, before you write JAMB, you will study hard. So reducing it to 120 now will make the student to feel complacent, to feel relaxed in the terms of studying or reading.
To me, it's not a welcome development. And then secondly, it tries to paralyze the educational system. Because with this, you can also understand that the educational system, indeed, with this policy, we degrade the educational system. And then when you come to educational system, that you will also understand that people to be there are those who are willing, and not those people who will be forced by other people to be there. It's something that one makes up his mind to go in, and not by other people pushing the person in. So I have to say that the policy which they place in there, 120, is not a welcome one. I think if they happen to allow it to be as it was previously, 180, it's a very, very wonderful and nice policy being on that. But since they changed it, it has no improve, because it will now make people, even the lunatic, those who are insane, and or people who don't even value the education system, to come into the education system. And in the end, we will now end up producing fake graduates and unbaked graduates.
I think it's a nice thing.
Why do you think so?
Because so many students want to go to school. The JAMB cutoff mark now then was like something else. They were not giving us what we really want. But this 120 aspect of it now, I think is the right thing.
They should, if they can help us, maybe they can put it in 100 or 80.
Why should they bring it further?
Because maybe some people, because maybe like one of my brother, I have took JAMB more than 5 or 6 years. They haven't passed anything.
So you think it's the score that has?
Yes, it's the score. The score is too much. Maybe they can reduce this to 80 or 90 will be okay for us. So that everybody, both people that have lose their money, maybe they can enter into the school. So we'll be okay like that. That's my decision for that.
That's a cut-off mark of JAMB. That's 120. It's okay. That we are told that education is for everybody. In a situation that some people, because of their JAMB cut-off mark, they did not attend the school, it's not okay now. So for that, I'm in support of them.
It's too much. If they can help
Even
us.
if they can cut it,
Yes.
I
know that now is 120, but if they can still help us below 80, 90, we'll be okay. That's our own opinion.
So
You know our
that
opinion.
education, even the deaf and dumb people, everybody.
Because nowadays we have special needs institutions, so they can help us. That's our own opinion.
This 120 cut-off mark is a nice opportunity for people to be educated for this modern era, so that everybody will go to school. If you watch very well in this modern era now, some are not going and some are going. If you ask them, they say they have taken JAMB for like 5-4 years, still is not working out. But I believe this 120 cut-off mark is a very suitable opinion and opportunity for every individual in this citizen, in this state, to go to school.
You've heard it all from the students. Even the rain couldn't stop them from airing their views. Some are of the opinion that the JAMB 120 cut-off mark is a welcome development, while others are of the view that no, it's not a welcome development, all with several reasons. I know you have something to say concerning today's topic. Why don't you follow us on all our social media platforms, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Comment what it is you have to say about today's topic. Go ahead and like, and do not forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel so as to watch other interesting and educating videos. Remember, this is AlaOwerriTV, and I am Chinea Lillian, your host on Popcentric, Voice on the Streets.